I take him to that left-hand hitch rope. So
Way over on
so Earl is on the left-hand one, Brand's on the right. Good morning, good Monday morning, everybody. We are out to work here, and Saturday we had a really good horse pull. If you guys missed that video, you can go back to Monday's video and see that. And we are out picking stones this morning with Duke and Bill. Oh, we have very few stones to pick, but I came out this morning with the skid steer because some of them were big ones, and I'll show you that in a second. But this field right here, my clover field, was very hard to mow with just a cutter bar, and so I actually hired my neighbor to come up with his disc spine, and he mowed her I think 6 or 7 times around, and that's what the bales that you see are in the field. Off to our right we had some grass hay that we cut, and that we picked up that you just saw on the wagon. And because my baler broke, I was hoping and planning on square baling that, but my baler broke. I was actually hoping on round baling and wrapping the clover, but we had nice weather, so we actually got it dry. So that hay will stay in the field for a couple of days just to make sure it's good, and then we'll put it in a spot in the barn that we hope to store some of this dry round bales, which we hope we don't have to do many more of them. Off to our right also is, I came out on Saturday night after the horse pull with Bill and Earl with my old number 9, and I mowed 6 times around that field there. And I'll talk a little bit more about my mower situation as time goes on, but for right now we need to get these stones picked.
You want me to get that?
Oh. Calf step. I feel last year when we seeded this field down, I did a really good job of picking the stones. Here, Brenda, can you hold this? I saw one more small one over there.
Okay.
And so I really thought I'd be fine, and I would have been fine with my cutter bars, but because I hired my neighbor to come over with his disc spine, he cut so close to the ground, he was hitting a bunch of these stones that were just kind of packed into the dirt. They would have been fine for my mower, but with the disc spine, he was down so low. Fortunately, he didn't do any damage to the disc spine, but he did hit those and kind of popped a lot of them up. So that's what we're dealing with, although there's not that many. Cap step. So I figured it was a great time to give Duke some more work with Bill. And get some stones picked at the same time. So Brenda, if you want to get out on the other side even. So as you can see, Brenda's feeling a lot better.
I am. Thank you everybody for your thoughts and prayers. Not 100%, but gaining on it. Gaining.
Cast up. Oh. I must have taken that one off with the skid steer.
This isn't the big one?
No, that's not the big one.
Oh my goodness.
That's not the big one. Calf step. Oh. Yep, just see a few more over here. Hope. Calf step. Oh, you grab that one right there.
Yep.
It's pointed enough that I don't like it. Calf step. Oh. And calf step.
That's a big hole right there.
Coming at you, Brenda.
Ooh.
Oh. So here's a big old hole right here. And this is from this bit of a boulder right there that I was able to get out. What I did is I took my 2 forks on my skid steer and slid them close together, and it worked really nice. I've done that quite a bit before, and you take the full 2 forks close together and go down deep and pick up a pretty good sized stone. And that's what I did there. But now we have this big hole, so I'll bring up a load of sand and dump it in the hole and then try and get the topsoil back on the top of that hole. Brenda, you can ride from here on because it's mostly just a few here and there scattered, and we'll have just to really look close to see if we can't find them.
Okay.
I calf step. G over there. Calf a G. Calf a G. Oh. There's one.
Oops. I was looking, enjoying the day, and I wasn't looking where I was supposed to be looking.
Calf step. I think there's a couple more rocks down through here, small ones, and then we'll probably be good.
Oops.
So I think we have had 23 bales here, and we took 6 of them in, and so we'll have to come back out and get the other, what, 17? 17 at some point, and get them off the field. Oh.
Got it. Hello everybody. I'm in my strawberry patch. Got a nice bowl here. They're not that big, but they are tasty. This is, I think, my 3rd picking, maybe. I have been picking some of them not completely ripe because I have some little scavengers that come into the garden called my chickens, and they sometimes start pecking at them. So, like here's one right here. I let them have their share, but I sometimes pick them before they're completely ripe and let them sit in my windowsill for a day just to get the good strawberries before they do. But anyways, I did make Jim a pie, and I have I plan on making some jam, and I've also put some in the freezer and enjoyed them on my cereal. My patch is probably getting a little bit old, and I did thin it out a little bit this spring, but it still might be a little bit too thick. And anyways, I'm happy with my strawberries and enjoying them this year. Jim is spreading manure from the pen that the cows were in. He has Duke and Bill, and he is only spreading over a little strip where he took the hay off. Just this strip right here, he's got cut hay over here, and over here is clover, and he doesn't want too much more manure on there because it's already so thick. Here's Bill on the left, Duke on the right. They're in a big hurry. If you're new to farming, the manure feeds the soil and helps the grass grow thicker and stronger and get all the nutrients it needs. Jim has a load of hemlock. I think it's mostly hemlock, but he also said he was getting some tamaracks for an order he has. Somebody who's making a run-in shed and wanted some materials for the floor, etc., that would not rot out easily. So he's going to be sawing those up into 6x6s at some point. So here we are on our front porch. We're taking a long lunch break. I did up some of the strawberries and we are enjoying a little strawberry milkshake. Please do not ask me for the recipe. I never use one. I just throw some strawberries in, some ice cubes, some heavy whipping cream, vanilla, little milk, and that's that. Is it any good, Jim?
Please do not ask me to talk. I'm busy sipping.
Well, can't you shake your head yes or no if you like it? Okay, good.
I love it.
It's very strawberry-ish because I put a lot of strawberries in. On to the next thing.
I'm going to go back right in there. G, careful. G, hope, G, hope. G, a little bit. Careful, careful, step. Careful, step, G. Careful. G, G, G. Okay, ha, 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 ha. Oh. Now back. G. 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 Ah, yeah. Oh, back now. G a little bit. G. 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 Up, back. Ha. Ha. Up. Cast out. Cast out. Ha. Oh. How about? G. 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 Ha. Bye. Bye. Happy. G. 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 Oh. Okay guys, we got 6 bales in. Those are the bales we know that were nice and dry. So there's 17 bales still left in the field. We are going to go out and get 6 more bales that I know are probably plenty dry enough on the top part of that field that I know there was a lot of grasses in it, so I'm sure that hay is good and dry. And we're going to get 6 more bales here. And that's as many as we can put in here. It doesn't even give me a lot of room for the manure spread. I should have got it even over there further, but there's enough of a walkway here. It'll be fine for now. I still need to clean that pen out when we have a good spot to spread it, which we don't right now. I have a couple of places where I think I might be able to store some of those round bales, but dry round bales really do not work good for me because I don't have a place to store it and I hate having them outside. So we'll just have to deal with them best we can. Hopefully the rest of the hay we can put in square bales and or wrap. So we'll hitch on the wagon and go down. Cuffs up. G, 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 careful, G. Oh, bye. Oh, oh. Bye, bye, bye. Oh. Get him, Earl, get him. No, there. Hey. Do that at all. Out there. And, hey. Tap it down. Tap. ha, 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 ha. Okay guys, we're out raking, careful guys. And I have that little triangle piece over there that we're working on. And I have this piece here. And I do not want a large double windrow, but my tedder tends to throw the hay to the side quite a bit. So if you can understand what I'm talking about, but up ahead of us, there's just a tiny little bit of hay. And I'm just kind of raking that in. And that's kind of what I did over there also. And then I will turn around and rake the regular way to bring it all into single windrows. This hay was really close to being ready to bale last night. But the forecast was for basically 0% chance of rain today, but cloudy. And that's exactly what it is right now. It's cloudy. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. But we'll get this raked up and probably let it sit in the windrow for several hours. And then we'll come out and bale it late afternoon when the sun is actually supposed to come out a little bit to help dry it. But it's pretty dry now. As you can see off to our right, we still have all that second cut, all that clover hay that needs to be cut. And I have no doubt I can get it cut myself, but if I could get my neighbor with his disc pine to finish that up, I'll probably do that. But the weather is not that great. So like everything with farming, we gotta really work around the weather. And it doesn't take much to cut hay and then wrap it. It doesn't have to be that dry. But for dry hay, of course it does. So it takes more days. So we'll just have to see what the forecast does and make the decision as to whether or not we cut it with the disc spine or cut it myself or make it into, well, probably wrapped around bales. So I'm going to put the camera away, and if I remember, I'll turn it back on when I finish up. Jeep, 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 jeep. Careful, jeep. Jeep.
So we are gonna try Duke walking through the garden, just see how he does for cultivating purposes later on. But I've been standing here with Duke for, I bet, between 5 and 10 minutes, waiting for Jim to get the equipment straightened out. Duke, don't prove me wrong now. But what I wanted to say about Duke is that, oh, this is the most he's moved in 10 minutes. He just has been so good. He's just like stood here. And I don't know if it's because he's got his work uniform on or what, but I know that Jim trains him to stand, and it's just like so pleasant because he just has stood here. He's not like not going in circles or this or that. Right now the horsefly's bothering him, but anyways, I just wanted to say what a delight it is to how good of a boy he has been here standing with him. Now, do good with the other part. What if we do the very end of the potatoes and then we start on the, then I come in, huh?
Yeah, so start at the end of the potatoes and then come down through the center.
Okay.
And you work over.
Yep.
If we knew exactly what you wanted, it'd be even better yet. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure I do now.
All right.
First row of corn.
Let's go. Let's go. So this is Earl that we have here. Because we so can, and because Lady is pregnant, and we just haven't been using her, and because I've got these other horses I want to get used to using in the garden, I'm trying several different horses to see who might work best to be our garden horse. Our first cultivation I used Baron, and he was a little bit nervous and walked a little bit fast, kind of had that trot that he has, and he did okay, but not that great. So the last cultivation we actually used Earl, and we walked him around a few times without the cultivator, and then we went right to work with him, and he's working great. He walks quite fast, but he tends to walk straight, and he works pretty good in the garden. As you can see, I do have my lines on, so I'm driving him also, sort of. I don't do enough cultivating with a single horse to probably ever get him so I can just do it alone. We have such a small garden, the last thing we want is any damage to the crops, so it's more important to have somebody help me to make sure it's done right. So that's why we used Duke first thing, just to see how well he would walk through the garden. and several times he kind of veered left and right and was almost stepping on some crops. So he needs some more practice, obviously. We may just end up using Earl, and because he does seem to be working quite well at it. It's really good to have a backup, so I don't want to depend completely on Earl to do this, but I think probably Duke would probably be the best horse for a backup, but we do need to practice him a little bit. Brenda's doing a pretty good job leading Earl, but she was cutting her corners quite a bit when she came out of the row, and then I'd have to struggle to keep the cultivator from not hitting the crops. But as we went along, she was getting better at keeping him straight a little bit longer when coming out of the field, and so that I don't have to fight so much with the cultivator at the ends. In the past, we've done more riding the horse instead of leading it, and we may get to that even with these young horses that I have, but they really haven't had any experience riding yet. But generally, the more you work your horses, especially with harnesses on, so often you can just jump right on their backs at any time, and they just have no problems with that at all. So just kind of depends on which Brenda would prefer to do. Well, as you see, our garden's not that big, and a rototiller would work perfectly fine doing this garden, of course, but we just enjoy using the horses and doing it this way. And as far as speed, the horses are definitely a lot faster. We were able to do this cultivation, and it took us a whopping 7 minutes, so it's really quite fast.
It's okay, babe. Oh, you did so good. Really good. I'm whooped. You walk so fast. How are you?
He walks fast and he walks straight, so that's good.
You had to do all the pushing in. Boy, that's gonna make a nice difference because it's dry, so I can get it cleaned up now.
Well, guys, that's it for today's video. You have a great one, and we shall see you next time. Come on, let's go in the barn.